Here in the United States, truck drivers used to drive 70 hours a week. We used to stretch it to about 75 hours through the use of using personal convenience time. But that was only to get, an hour every day, maybe get from the shipper to the nearest truck stop, things like that. But here in the last 2-3 years, we went from 70 hours to 80 hours, all the way up to about 120 hours. No more 34-hour reset. Now the truck driver works 7 days a week. Now truck drivers drive 14, 16, 18, maybe even 20 plus hours a day, every day. But it's not just American truck drivers that are going through this. Over in China, it looks like they started to adapt the American truck driver way. Let's take a look.
Trucks parked outside, and look, this slot is full. If I wait any longer, there won't be any space left. The waiting phenomenon, as revealed by the user, is not an isolated case. Across the country, the freight market is in a deep slump, with low freight rates and intense competition. Drivers' incomes are no longer enough to cover their costs, and the industry has entered a phase where there is simply no profit. Recently, a video surfaced showing a truck driver slapping himself in the face while driving, trying to stay awake. Exhausted from long hours on the road, he resorted to slapping himself to maintain his focus. The video gained widespread attention, with many viewers commenting that this is a common experience for truck drivers. The truck driving community is one of the most oppressed groups in China. The freight industry often requires drivers to venture into remote areas, sometimes without food or water for days at a time. This group, which keeps the logistics system running smoothly, is often called the nomads of the highway. In addition to challenges within the industry, drivers also face bureaucratic hurdles imposed by various government agencies. Despite driving legal vehicles with valid licenses, truck drivers are often treated like criminals when on the road. Their legal space is increasingly constrained by local roadblocks and corrupt practices, forcing them to live like thieves just to make a living. A recent video highlighted the plight of truck drivers, showing one who was fined for unknowingly violating a restricted area, which led the driver to break down in frustration. You need a peak hour pass. That's number one. Second, today's Tuesday, and Zhenzhou has restricted access to vehicles with license plate numbers ending in a 2 and 7. For both violations, I'll fine you 100 yuan and deduct 3 points. Please, don't take the points. Fine me whatever you want. I don't care. Please, I beg you, just don't take the points. I'll pay the fine. I don't want to argue. Don't make a scene. Are you trying to drive me to death? Are you trying to push me to the edge? The video sparked sympathy from over 370,000 viewers, with many expressing their support for the driver. One user wrote, "It's so sad to watch. The policies for freight vehicles are too harsh." Another said, "It's so hard for truck drivers, working so little just to support their families. From the looks of this officer, he seems to be doing quite well." Some viewers speculated about what would happen if truck drivers nationwide decided to stop working for a day. The sad reality is that truck drivers have become one of the most marginalized groups in society, and the harsh truth is shocking.
They say that in China, truck drivers are treated like criminals. Always getting their cargo checked, always got some police officer checking over the truck, checking over the paperwork, trying to put you out of service, trying to snatch your truck, doing everything they can to separate you from your money. Well, it's the same thing here in the United States. We got scale houses, and they only goal is to, no, they ain't looking to make you safe. They looking to see how they can get you all the way off the road, slap you with a bunch of fines, have you had to sit at the freaking scale house calling TA and Loves to bring out tires at horrendous prices. No, not $300-400 for a brand new tire. They gonna come out and you call them for one tire. Roll call, $1,000, $1,500, maybe up to $2,000, just depending on where you at. It ain't just in the United States. They going through it over there in China too. We in competition to see who can work the longest, who can drive the longest and make the least amount of money. I don't know which one is winning, because I'm looking at this China, this little China Post they just came out with this news coverage. The people they saying running 20 plus hours a week. They saying these guys only taking home within 10 days 2,000 to 3,000 yen, which is about $250 to $420 US. Well, that's the same thing our lease drivers make. They work up there with the Chinese. Oh, not the Chinese. Shoot, the Russians. My bad. The Russians. They make the same thing, you know, 5,000 miles a week, and they present us. Okay, well, present us with the money to show us what you made. $16, $5, $200, $300. So same thing we dealing with here in the United States. It's the same thing over there in China. It's just it look like they got a little bit worse than us. A little bit worse than us. Let's continue.
Truck drivers take out loans, invest hundreds of thousands, but end up at the bottom of society, bullied by insurance agents and cargo workers. That's the norm. They're constantly exploited. At the end of every month, when they calculate their earnings, after the truck loan and the expenses for their family, if they're lucky, they can save a little for themselves. But if they deal with stolen fuel, stolen goods, or fines, they can't even pay their credit card bills. Is this how truck drivers should be treated? They sleep only a few hours a night, spend the whole year without making enough, and end up with health problems. Luckily, they still have family support, but driving a truck is incredibly tough. Sometimes all they can do is give in, endure, and silently suffer. They're left with nothing but frustration and tears. We need to treat truck drivers better. I may be young, but I want to make a change. I hope more people will start paying attention, understanding, and respecting truck drivers.
突然间好想放弃。
Sometimes I just want to give up. Driving trucks feels impossible. On the road, you have to know which routes are cheapest, which gas stations have affordable fuel, and which ones have the best fuel quality. You also have to be extra careful about your safety, and you're always worried about dealing with the police. Once you get to your final destination, you have to gently coax the receiver to unload quickly. If you raise your voice, they might make things harder, questioning the freight rate and delaying payment. Once the cargo is unloaded and you've settled the freight charges, you start facing a new problem. Where's the next job? You have to make countless calls to book a load. Day after day, year after year, the cycle repeats. If you're even a little slower, you might miss a chance for a load. At 2 a.m. in a service area along the Jinghu Expressway, truck driver Mr. Zhao, shivering in the cold, wrapped his coat tightly around himself. Squatting next to his truck's wheel, he lit a cigarette. The engine was still warm, but his face, hidden in the smoke, looked tired. After a long day on the road, hauling goods from Hebei to Shandong, a round trip of several hundred kilometers, Mr. Zhao found that his net profit was less than 100 yuan. He gave a bitter smile and thought to himself, after all this effort, I'd be better off opening a barbecue stall back home. Some drivers have expressed their frustration. 10 years ago, hauling a ton of steel earned me 50 to 60 yuan, but now, people are competing for the job for just 20 to 30 yuan.
You know, I heard this somewhere. High truck payments, high deductions, maxing out credit cards, taking out loans for trucking, borrowing, renting, no money down, and after you get done running weeks and months at a time, there's only a little bit of money left for you. And that little bit of money, since you've been out 2, 3, 4, 5, 12,000 weeks at a time, when you do come back to the house, you spend it so fast because you don't get that much home time. 1 day of home time for every week you work. You stay out a month, that's 4 days. So you got that make $2, $3, $4, $5, $6,000. When you come home, whole thing gonna be gone. A majority of it. About 80% gonna be gone. Especially if you got a girlfriend, wife, kids, all that's gone. Bills, everything gone. Back on the road you go. Last in society, not getting ahead, maxing out credit cards, can't pay the credit card bill, can't pay the truck note. Luckily over here, it's subsidized by Mr. Charlie. Over in China, ain't no Mr. Charlie over there to subsidize their truck payments. Over there in China, they don't get the opportunity we got in the United States where somebody else pay the bill for them and they just take it out their check. They don't get that in China. Over here, y'all lucky Mr. Charlie got deep pockets for you. He'll subsidize your payment. He may not pay you nothing. He may not pay you nothing when Friday hit. They Russians and Bosnians and Indians, they'll subsidize all that shoe shine. But come Friday, when the check's $1,600, oh, that's too high. $16, 6 to 1 cents, loose change. When the check is just some loose change, you will smile about it and be happy. They going through the same thing. I don't see no difference. They complaining about the freight rates are too low, diesel too high. They complaining about the brokers too, the low brokers. Everything, it's the same. Everything's the same. A lot of this can be avoided by simply me. I tell people, we don't even swipe no credit card to do anything with trucking. Anything. Because it's extremely difficult to pay any of that stuff back. Loans, credit cards, all that stuff. All that stuff is hard to pay back in this trucking industry. I know Andrew, well, come on now, I managed to pay. Yeah, sure you did. Yeah, 1-2 times. Yeah, sure you did. Sure you did. I like the cash route. I like the cash route. But if you like the credit route, then take the credit route. All you gotta do is just take it and you'll learn. You'll learn how difficult it is. Just put the 1 box on the credit card. Now put the 1 box on the credit card. $11,000 plus labor, 26% interest. You just gotta make the minimum payment, right? You make your minimum payment, whatever that is, $200 something. The bank will give you your statement. You read your statement. It'll tell you if you make the minimum payment for about 34 years, it'll be paid off. Because that's all you're gonna be making is the minimum payment. You ain't paying a 1 penny past the minimum payment. You just fooling yourself. You're fooling yourself because your checks are too low. Your check, Mr. Charlie will be playing with the money. Credit card maxed out. You running 4,000-5,000 miles, $16 check. When it look like you're about to quit, you're about to throw in the towel, boom, here's $3,000. Oh man, I got $3,000. I told y'all this lease was the best thing popping. And then for the next year straight, $5, $2, 25 cents, $13. No check at all, just a bottle of water. Hey, here's a bottle of water, man. Just keep you going, man. Just pour this on your face and start snapping yourself. And make sure you're on time without free, fool. They said the insurance people getting them. I managed to get my insurance back to $1,100 a month. And it was at the very last second. I actually had to get a whole new insurance agent. Because both of my insurance ain't, well, one of my insurance didn't necessarily, he didn't fail me. He just did the best he could. The other one just completely failed me. So, but the new guy, came in and saved the day. Because one thing I ain't doing is we ain't overpaying for no insurance. I don't give a, look, I don't care nothing about a bunch of truck drivers got robbed, pistol whipped, a bunch of foreigners crashed a bunch of trucks and they need to go up on everybody's policy. You go up on everybody over their policy. We don't go up over here. We ain't going up on nothing over here. I ain't crashed no truck. I ain't got no cargo claims. We ain't paying $1 extra. You go up on everybody else. That's what you do. They seem to like it. They like when their insurance go up. Yeah, they like when their insurance go up. They'll pay you the extra money. Over here, shit, I ain't paying nothing extra. Which is why I started dealing with brokers that will work with you with just 1 day. 1 day of a brand new authority. TQL, C.H. Robinson, and the rest of them. I just work with them. You want 1 year, 2-3 years, 900 days under authority? We don't need to work with you. No, you need to bring your requirements down and we ain't working with you at all. I need to work with somebody so when I cancel this insurance and wait 1, 2, 3, however many months it takes to get a decent quote, when I get my decent quote, I call the same people I've been working with. That's what I do. Man, Andrew, what do you do if your insurance cancel? Go hang out with Mr. Charlie. Go lease your truck on. Go do something outside the trucking industry. Matter of fact, just take all the summer off. Take all the sum off. What if you got bills? Why are you broke? Why are you a truck driver broke? Why are you broke? What do you mean if you got bills? Why are you broke? Oh, you owe everybody. Well, that's different. Well, when you owe everybody, you're going to always be broke. Anybody that owes everybody broke. When you owe truck notes, trailer notes, authority notes, insurance, credit cards, American Express, Visa, Chase, car notes. When you owe everybody, of course you broke. Of course you got to work nonstop. Of course people like me, you're going to be laughing at that ain't get involved in none of that shoe shine. I ain't get involved with none of that. Should we continue or should I just go end the video? How many minutes we got? 15 minutes in. Boy, this news it's long. It's long. I tell you what, because I need to start making more videos. If y'all want to see the rest of this video, the link will be in the description box below this video, or maybe I'll put it in the comment section and pin it. Y'all go watch the rest of the video, see what's going on there in China. Comment down below, let me know what you think. Don't forget to hit the like button because it's free. And subscribe. Subscribe. You gotta hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. All right then. I'll catch y'all later.